16. Mind-blowing facts about Sri Lanka, the most unique island in the world. 16. This was the first country in the world to elect a female prime minister. Few people know that Sri Lanka was the first country in the world to elect a female prime minister. In 1960, Sirimavo Bandaranaike made history by becoming the world's first female prime minister, leading the nation when it was still known as Ceylon. After her husband, Prime Minister Solomon Bandaranaike, was assassinated in 1959, Sirimavo was invited to continue his political legacy. Although she had little political experience at the time, she quickly secured a landslide victory in the elections, backed strongly by public support and the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. Sirimavo not only broke gender barriers but also governed the country during a period marked by economic crises and ethnic unrest. During her tenure, she pursued a policy of non-alignment, fostering close relations with India and other nations within the Third World Bloc. She also focused on economic reforms, nationalizing several key industries. Under her leadership, the role of women in Sri Lankan politics grew significantly. Despite facing many criticisms and challenges, she remains a global symbol of women's strength and political pioneering. Sirimavo Bandaranaike served as Prime Minister 3 times during her career, firmly engraving her name in the annals of world history. 15. Sri Lanka, the brilliant gem of Asia. Sri Lanka is a teardrop-shaped island situated in the Indian Ocean, just south of India. Although it is roughly 50 kilometers from India, the two nations are separated by the Palk Strait. Covering an area of about 65,610 square kilometers. Slightly larger than West Virginia, Sri Lanka is a tiny world featuring astonishingly diverse landscapes that include untouched rainforests, mist-covered highlands, and endless sandy beaches. Remarkably, this small country is home to 26 national parks, making it a paradise for wildlife enthusiasts. The climate in Sri Lanka is quite distinctive. While one half of the island may be soaking in heavy monsoon rains, the other half enjoys bright sunshine. Due to the influence of 2 different monsoon seasons, Sri Lanka experiences entirely contrasting weather patterns in a small area. As of 2024, Sri Lanka's population is approximately 23 million, with 74% being Sinhala, predominantly Buddhist. The remaining population comprises about 15% Tamils and Indian Muslims, which contributes to the rich and vibrant culture. The official languages here are Sinhala and Tamil, but English is widely spoken as well. Sri Lankans hold the belief that a smile is the most powerful language. They greet strangers with a warm smile, regardless of where you are from. Sri Lanka is not merely a travel destination, it is an island, a miniature world, a vibrant, living book waiting for you to explore. The 14th Kandyan dance, a traditional dance of the Sinhala community, is a must-see when you visit Sri Lanka. If you haven't witnessed the Kandyan dance, you really haven't experienced the essence of this country. It is not merely a performance, it is a spiritual and cultural journey that traces back to the kingdom of Kandy, spanning the 16th to the 19th centuries. In earlier times, only the royals were allowed to watch this dance. However, nowadays anyone can enjoy it, though not everyone might have the confidence to learn it. Becoming a Kandyan dancer is certainly not an easy task. They don't simply perform, they must embody qualities such as strength, loyalty, and a sacred spirit. The high leaps, continuous spins, and incredibly flexible movements push their bodies to the limits. Male dancers don eye-catching red and white costumes featuring pleated skirts, silver headgear, and metallic bangles that jingle with each step. Meanwhile, the female dancers exude grace, reminiscent of ancient queens, adorning vibrant saris and floral crowns, sparkling jewelry enhancing their looks, while their piercing gazes narrate stories with every movement. When they perform together, it feels like a conversation between strength and grace, akin to warriors and goddesses. You can close your eyes and simply listen to the sound of the Getabera drums, and you will feel the spiritual energy of Sri Lanka. The rhythm intensifies, pounding like a heartbeat, harmonizing with the dancers' steps, creating a thrilling exhilaration that resonates with the audience's emotions. If you get the opportunity, do visit Sri Lanka and immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of history, spirituality, and the enchanting culture of this beautiful land. 13. It is home to some of the most remarkable women in Asia. If there's anywhere in the world where women exemplify grace, strength, and sophistication, it's Sri Lanka. With their radiant brown skin glowing under the tropical sun, expressive large eyes, and long flowing black hair, they don vibrant saris that reflect both intelligence and an air of mystery. Sri Lankan women strike a fine balance between strength and gentleness. They are both traditional and modern. They can spend hours creating intricate sand mandalas, yet they also skillfully navigate tuk-tuks through bustling streets under the sun. They engage in devout prayers in ancient temples and then joyously dance at festive celebrations. Although Sri Lanka is predominantly Buddhist with deeply rooted traditions, women play the vital role of the family's backbone in marriages. They take charge of finances, nurture children, keep the spirit of the marriage alive, and possess a strong voice. These women are confident and resilient, clearly capable of standing independently in society. Increasingly, Sri Lankan women are pursuing their careers and seeking to establish their own identities beyond traditional homemakers. Consequently, many are drawn to American and European men, particularly those who demonstrate maturity, kindness, and responsibility. However, forming a relationship or marrying them comes with its own set of challenges. Securing the acceptance of their families is essential. If you're curious to learn why and would like some tips on how to successfully win the heart of a Sri Lankan girl, please leave a comment with the number 8. We will share the insights with you. A traditional wedding in Sri Lanka is truly unique, unlike any other in the world. If you think a wedding in the US that lasts just 1 or 2 days is typical, a Sri Lankan wedding will surely astonish you, especially in the Sinhala and Tamil communities. The celebrations can stretch over 7 days or more, involving a series of time-honored ceremonies, with the bride wearing up to 6 different saris. The first and second days are dedicated to rituals concerning the wedding dowry and the marriage ceremony. On the third day, vows are exchanged and the bride is welcomed. The fourth day is for the official family celebration, while the groom's family formally receives the bride on the fifth day. The sixth day hosts the couple's purification ceremony, and then there is the grand celebration on the seventh day. Each ritual holds its own significance, and the bride adorns a different sari for each occasion. Thus, a Sri Lankan wedding is a dazzling, vibrant celebration filled with rich traditions. Would you be interested in attending a Sri Lankan wedding, or perhaps even marrying a Sri Lankan bride? Please comment with 2 if you're interested and 3 if you're not. Lastly, life in the 2 capitals of Sri Lanka has its own charm. Sri Lanka is one of the few countries with 2 capitals, each offering a unique experience. Sri Jayawardhanapura Kotte is a calm and respectable administrative hub, while Colombo is the lively and bustling commercial heart that brims with opportunities. Situated right next to Colombo, life in Kotte is not noisy or chaotic. Instead, it is serene and sophisticated, resembling a city focused on governance. Daily life here moves at a leisurely pace, with officials in sharp suits emerging from government offices, tuk-tuks gliding along tree-lined roads, and the sound of temple bells ringing from ancient sites like the Kotte Raja Mahaviharaya. Even though it serves as the administrative capital, Kotte feels more like a historic town than a political center. Interestingly, many Sri Lankans still struggle to label Kotte as the capital, as they regard Colombo as the real heart of the nation. In contrast, Colombo is the largest, busiest, and most modern city in Sri Lanka. The streets are always teeming with various vehicles, from older buses and tuk-tuks navigating corners to shiny cars parked outside the financial hubs. Life in Colombo is a blend of tradition and modernity. In the morning, office workers gather in upscale cafes such as Barefoot Cafe, sipping on famous Ceylon tea, while street vendors weave through traffic, offering everything from tropical fruits to hot hoppers. As evening falls, Gale Face Green transforms into a meeting point for all. From families strolling along the beach to youngsters playing football on the grass, and kite vendors adding to the vibrant atmosphere. This capital also features a wonderfully diverse community. You can find Buddhist temples, Catholic churches, Hindu shrines, and mosques, all located within a few blocks of each other, highlighting the unique cultural tapestry of Sri Lanka. All in all, it's a city of power and economy, establishing a perfect equilibrium for the country. Now let's explore 10 wonders that will astonish you. Sri Lanka is a treasure chest of travel experiences. With its stunning blue seas, majestic mountains, and thousands of years of rich cultural heritage that will leave you in awe. First on the list is Marissa Beach, which is one of the most beautiful beaches in Sri Lanka. Marissa not only boasts fine golden sand and crystal clear waters, but is also one of the few places in the world where you can witness blue whales in real life, particularly between November and April. You can also engage in surfing activities or visit Coconut Tree Hill, a palm-covered hill that offers an incredibly Instagram-worthy view. If you prefer a more vibrant beach scene with beachfront bars, swaying hammocks, and turquoise waters, then Annavatuna is the ideal choice. It's perfect for swimming and sunbathing at one of the safest beaches in Asia. And you can even dive to explore coral reefs and historic shipwrecks. For those who have a passion for ancient cities, make sure to visit Galle. This isn't just any city, it's a coastal fortress with over 400 years of history. Constructed by the Portuguese and later enlarged by the Dutch, it showcases strong European influences right in the heart of Asia. You can take a walk along the ancient city walls, admire the cobblestone streets, or enjoy a cup of coffee in charming vintage style cafes. In one of the narrow lanes here, you might even spot a red British phone booth, a vestige from colonial times. Furthermore, no train journey in the world can match the route from Kandy to Ella. This 6-hour ride takes you through lush green tea estates, cascading waterfalls, and historic stone bridges. Notably, the Nine Arches Bridge is a famous photography spot where you can capture unforgettable images of the red and green train weaving through the valley. Lastly, there's the Temple of the Tooth, located in Kandy. This isn't just any temple. It houses the sacred tooth relic of Buddha, making it one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the Buddhist world. So, which of these places do you like the most? Do leave a comment. 9. Ayubhavan, a special greeting reflecting Sri Lankan culture. Have you ever been wished a long life right after meeting someone? If you visit Sri Lanka, don't be surprised to see locals placing their hands together in front of their chests, bowing slightly and saying Ayubhavan, a greeting that is not just courteous, but also a heartfelt blessing. Sri Lankans greet with genuine warmth. Instead of shaking hands like in America or bowing like in Japan, Sri Lankans press their hands together in a gesture reminiscent of Namaste in yoga, bowing their heads slightly while saying Ayubhavan with a friendly smile. They can maintain this greeting for such a long time that it may make you feel a little uneasy. For them, the longer the gesture lasts, the more it signifies sincerity and respect. Interestingly, when entering a temple or engaging in spiritual rituals, Sri Lankans join their hands and say Ayubhavan in front of Buddha statues to their ancestors, and even when visiting the graves of their loved ones. They believe that the energy of this greeting can connect with the spiritual realm. If you visit Sri Lanka and hear someone say Ayubhavan, don't just smile and nod. This greeting reflects their genuine warmth towards you. Instead, put your hands together, look into their eyes, and return the greeting with a smile. Sri Lanka, known worldwide for its tea, is also where the locals prefer coffee. It stands as the leading tea exporting nation, famous for its sprawling tea plantations and the renowned Ceylon tea brand. Tea in Sri Lanka not only serves as a cultural symbol, but also represents national pride. The tea estates in Nuwara Eliya, Ella, and Kandy yield some of the finest teas globally, with a refreshing and delicate flavor. Sri Lankans have their own unique way of enjoying tea. They typically prefer strong black tea, often brewed with milk and sugar, to create a rich milk tea. If you step into a Sri Lankan home, the host will certainly offer you a cup of tea before discussing anything else. While tea remains the top industry, the coffee culture in Sri Lanka is also thriving. Young people are drawn to coffee for its modern, fast paced, and urban lifestyle appeal. Cafes in Colombo are always bustling, especially with office workers. Sri Lankan coffee is rich and strong, often prepared in the traditional kopi style. However, modern trends are also introducing lattes, cappuccinos, and cold brews into the scene. Few people are aware that Sri Lanka nearly became a coffee producing nation instead of a tea producing one. If you are curious to learn more, leave a comment with the factorial of the number 4. Sri Lanka is indeed the kingdom of tea, but it has a fondness for coffee, which creates an intriguing contrast and adds to this country's uniqueness. Picture 7 monks going for alms. This captures the sacred beauty of Sri Lanka. As the sun rises, you can see the silhouettes of saffron-robed monks quietly walking barefoot, a majestic sight that has become a sacred aspect of life here. Almsgiving, a tradition dating back to the time of the Buddha, is not regarded as begging, but as a means for people to accumulate merit through giving. Locals respectfully stand by the roadside, hands together, gently placing food into the monks' bowls. There are no extravagant dishes, just a bowl of rice, a piece of vegetable, or occasionally a sip of coconut milk or a soft hopper. Yet, these offerings carry the heartfelt devotion of the giver. Honoring monks is a crucial part of Sri Lankan culture. Interestingly, monks do not cook. They only eat what is offered to them in the morning, and they refrain from consuming anything further after noon. Furthermore, women, out of respect, are not permitted to touch monks as per Buddhist precepts, which preserve their purity. Even more intriguingly, in Sri Lanka, the monks do not merely serve as custodians of the Buddha's teachings, they also play a key role in shaping society. They engage in political advising and are influential in significant national decisions, creating a fascinating blend of spirituality and authority. The Vedas tribe, known as the oldest tribe in Sri Lanka, is our focus now. Deep within the dense forests of Sri Lanka resides the Vedas tribe. They are neither Sinhala nor Tamil, but are the island's first inhabitants, having emerged over 18,000 years ago, even before the rise of great human civilizations. The Vedas lead a lifestyle entirely reliant on nature, foraging for sustenance. They do not cultivate crops or keep livestock. Instead, they live in harmony with the forest, which they greatly revere. They possess their own language and communicate through whistles. A particularly remarkable aspect of this tribe is their ability to mimic the sounds of birds and animals while foraging, enabling them to communicate with one another. They have a deep spiritual belief, performing rituals to call upon their ancestors and dancing rhythmically to drums during mystical ceremonies. Their thatched huts and simple caves have served as their homes for thousands of years. Yet this is gradually changing. The forests are diminishing and urban areas are encroaching. Many young members of the tribe are migrating to cities in search of employment, leading to a slow erosion of their culture. The Vedas language is now spoken by very few. As many have shifted to Sinhala, the government and certain organizations are making efforts to preserve the Vedas way of life. However, this task is challenging as modernization quickly transforms the nation. If you were given an opportunity, would you like to venture into their forest to hear those enigmatic sounds before they vanish forever? Sri Lanka is known not just for its breathtaking beaches and ancient temples, but also as a land brimming with incredible wonders. Have you ever encountered a fish that refuses to stay submerged and instead crawls onto land, even scaling trees? In Sri Lanka, the climbing perch, a common fish, has the remarkable ability to traverse land for hours and even climb tree roots due to its unique gills that enable it to breathe air. It uses its fins and body to slither like a snake in search of new water sources when ponds dry up, and can survive without water for several days. As you step into Sri Lanka's tropical forests, you might come across a lizard that resembles a miniature dinosaur. The horned lizard, Geratophora stodartai, sports a small horn on its head, which gives it a mysterious and slightly intimidating look. But do not be deceived by its appearance. It is completely harmless and feeds only on insects. Interestingly, only the males possess horns, and scientists remain uncertain about the reason for this evolutionary trait. Another captivating aspect is a temple constructed entirely from millions of seashells and gemstones. Sri Singamakali Amman Kovil is a one-of-a-kind Hindu temple made entirely from shells, corals, and gems. Situated near the coast, the locals have dedicated years to collecting each shell and crafting them into a magnificent structure that sparkles under the sunlight. Upon entering the temple, you will feel as though you've stepped into a fairy tale, where every intricate detail is carved from materials brought by the ocean. As the sun sets, the gems adorning the temple glisten with brilliant light, creating a mesmerizing sight unlike any other. Now, here are 4 things tourists should avoid doing in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a nation blessed with rich culture, stunning beaches, and breathtaking nature. However, there are certain etiquettes you must keep in mind to ensure a pleasant visit. First, although you may be tempted to snap photos everywhere, never turn your back on a Buddha statue for a photograph. In Sri Lanka, this is not just seen as disrespectful, it could also lead to unwanted trouble. If you wish to take photos inside a temple, make sure to stand next to or in front of the statue but never turn your back on it. Additionally, when entering temples, it is essential to wear attire that covers your shoulders and skirts or trousers that reach past the knees, as these are considered sacred spaces. If you happen to forget, don't stress. Many temples offer sarongs for borrowing, but it's advisable to carry your own shawl or dress modestly from the outset. Furthermore, each month, Sri Lanka observes a Buddhist holiday known as Poya Full Moon Day, which follows the lunar calendar. On this day, bars and supermarkets do not sell beer, and even large hotels do not serve alcoholic beverages. If you are considering purchasing a small piece of land along Marissa Beach to enjoy your life, think again. Sri Lankan law prohibits foreigners from owning land unless you register a company or marry a local. Despite these stringent regulations, the people of Sri Lanka, renowned as the most hospitable in Asia, are always ready to invite complete strangers into their homes for tea, demonstrating their warmth and kindness. Living and traveling in Sri Lanka offers an abundance of thrilling and unforgettable experiences, especially during the third grand festivals, which are celebrated worldwide. If you visit Sri Lanka in mid-April, you'll have the chance to partake in the Sinhala and Tamil New Year festival. This marks the new year not only for the Sinhalese but also for the Tamil community, signifying the change of the seasons in agricultural culture. Interestingly, the New Year's time does not align with the calendars of the US or Europe. Instead, it is determined by astrologers. You will see colorful lanterns and traditional games such as swing sets and tug of war, transforming the entire country into a grand playground. Another magnificent festival is Isala Parahera, the largest elephant parade in the world. Held in July or August in Kandy, Isala Parahera is one of the most spectacular religious festivals in Asia, paying homage to the sacred tooth relic of Buddha housed in the Temple of the Tooth. Royal elephants are extravagantly decorated, draped in capes embedded with LEDs, and they parade through the city. The event showcases captivating Kandyan dance performances and sacred religious rituals, where monks engage in continuous prayers throughout the night. If you ever get the opportunity to visit Sri Lanka, do not miss out on these 2 festivals, as they embody the essence of the culture here. For those who cherish good food, Sri Lanka is a paradise, abundant with unique delicacies and bursting with vibrant, spicy flavors and delightful surprises. Every meal for Sri Lankans centers around rice and curry, but don't be led to believe that there's just one type. You'll be treated to a soft serving of fluffy, white rice, accompanied by more than 5 to 6 different curries, which could be chicken, fish, lentils, or even young jackfruit. The flavors are spicy yet fragrant, thanks to the perfect blend of cinnamon, curry leaves, mustard seeds, and coconut. Then there's Kottu Roti, the number one street food. You will recognize the distinctive clack, clack sound from a distance before you actually spot the Kottu Roti. This dish consists of chopped roti bread stir-fried with meat, eggs, vegetables, and a burst of spices. It's especially unique because it's continuously chopped on a griddle with a large knife, creating a rhythmic sound akin to a street music performance. Known as hoppers, these bowl-shaped pancakes feature crispy edges and a soft, fluffy center. You can relish them with eggs, honey, or kipski, or spicy curry to savor the delightful combination of richness, crunchiness, and spice in every bite. No Sri Lankan meal is truly complete without pol sambol, a delightful mix of grated coconut, red chili, lime, and finely chopped onions. Just a spoonful is enough to set your taste buds ablaze with its spicy kick. Next, there's the appealing rice dish wrapped in banana leaves. This dish, a product of Dutch and Sri Lankan culinary fusion, is a small treasure of flavors encased in banana leaves. It features fragrant sticky rice with tender, stewed meat, spicy curry, and coconut sambal, all steamed together to create an aroma that's simply irresistible. The cost of living in Sri Lanka is remarkably low. Each year, nearly 3 million tourists and retirees flock to the island not only for its breathtaking sights, but also because it offers a cost of living that is approximately 30% lower than in the US. If you choose to rent a one-bedroom flat in the city center, you'll find prices ranging from 15,000 to 31,000 per month. While in the suburbs, it's quite economical, costing around 12,000 to 23,000 monthly. Utilities like electricity, water, gas, and garbage collection, as well as internet, typically add up to around 3,500 to 5,000 a month. When it comes to eating out, if you dine frequently at local eateries, expect to spend about 150 to 300 for a meal. In higher-end restaurants, prices can climb to 750 to 1,150 per meal. If you prefer cooking at home and shop at supermarkets, your total monthly grocery expenses would roughly be around 8,000 to 12,000. For transport, public transport services are quite budget-friendly, with monthly passes available for just 800 to 1,600, while taxi fares start at approximately 25 and go up from there, 50 per kilometer. If you're into fitness, gym memberships cost around 1,100 to 2,500 per month. Additionally, dental care is more affordable than in the US, with a basic checkup costing about 1,600 to 3,200, and more extensive care ranging from 2,400 to 4,000. Other expenses, like a 4G phone SIM card, are priced between 800 to 1,600 per month. While entertainment, such as movies and domestic travel, could add another 4,000 to 8,000 monthly. Overall, an expatriate living in Sri Lanka would spend approximately 40,000 to 72,000 per month, depending on their lifestyle and spending habits. Given these costs, would you consider settling here? If yes, pick one. If no, select 0. Please share your response in the comments. And if you'd like us to share more about the visa process for Sri Lanka, leave a comment with a yes and we'll provide the information. We've just explored 15 unique and fascinating facts about Sri Lanka together. Hopefully, this has given you a fresh perspective on the country. Don't forget to follow our channel, like, and share the video to support us. See you in the next one.